Labels. It's a really interesting topic to me. Obviously, to communicate with each other, we use labels. We give names to things that become symbols. Like if I say, I saw a tree, you have a conceptual idea of what a tree is. So that's useful and kind of harmless, really, in a way. And yet, there's a closing down of perceiving the mystery or the underlying miracle of what is, of life, if we rigidly hang on to those labels, even with a tree. And when it comes to labeling people, this gets really interesting. I was talking with a friend about the label of narcissist, which is a real hot topic, it seems, these days. And I'm not discounting that there can be very harmful behavior patterns that people are perpetuating and causing a lot of suffering for themselves and others when they're acting in certain ways. But I think it's a little bit of a trap for the person labeling. Let's set aside, let's say that we've got this person we believe is being a narcissist, or is a narcissist, even more dangerously, is a narcissist. So now we've decided that person is this. And as soon as you do that, I don't know if you can feel it happen, but I think we can if we start to pay attention. As soon as we throw somebody into a rigid box, a rigid definition like that, we actually throw a net over ourselves. We build prison bars around ourselves. We put ourselves into a rigid and fixed way of perceiving reality. You can now no longer see anything of that person other than whatever characteristics you ascribe to the term narcissist, or whatever, racist, or whatever term you want to use. Instead of labeling the behavior as potentially narcissistic and or destructive or whatever, something you just frankly find to be unhealthy for you to experience, or whatever the case may be, labeling the person as this has such a solidity to it. And if we can see that we're only truly responsible for our own behavior, our own perception, then we can begin to see that holding on to rigid labels of people or things simply entraps our own expression, our own perception of reality, and therefore it kind of paints us into a corner. Now my options of how I want to move and respond are now feeling limited and constrained because I've felt the need to take a section of life and label it as a rigid thing, a rigid definition. So that's what came to me today. Thanks.